River State House of Assembly passes the 2022 Appropriation Bill into law. Commuters and motorists applying Calabar to Federal Road are short of speedy completion of dual carriageway. Rice value chain players sue government supports to boost rice cultivation and production. Plus, erosion threatened communities sends Save Our Sold message to relevant government authority. Details in just a moment. Good evening. Welcome to NTA News at 7. I am Erika Ivy. Now the news in details. The Cross River State House of Assembly has passed into law the state budget of over 354 billion naira for the 2022 fiscal year. This is equal to the consideration of the report of the House Committee on Finance and Appropriation, presented by its chairman, Mr. Sunday Achineka.
The reason for appropriation is to take care of the physical needs of people of Cross River State. It is the wish of the government of Cross River State. Appropriation bills are at every given year. That is the wish of the government for the people.
Moving on, the President's decision to withhold assent from the Electoral Act Amendment Bill 2021 has come under scrutiny from media and political circles, a decision that will impact all Nigerians. The President's office has decided, therefore, to issue an official statement to make its position clear. Nigeria's strength as a nation and its status as one of the wealthiest economies in Africa with one of its highest standards of living owes above all to its proud democratic processes which are enshrined in the Electoral Act of 2010. It is this act which the new bill seeks to amend. These amendments have been presented as a means to enhance and build upon our democratic processes. After careful review, the President's office has found that the opposite is true. In a statement by the Senior Special Assistant to the President, Garba Shehu, rather the proposed amendment entails significant legal, financial, economic, and security consequences for all Nigerians, principal among which will be a severe spike in the cost of holding primary elections by parties, integral to democracy the world over. And away from that, motorists and residents along the Calabar-Itu highway have been assured of the speedy completion of the dual carriageway linking Akwa Ibom to Cross River State. Senior Special Assistant to the President on Niger Delta's affair, Senator Itaina, gave this assurance during an inspection tour of the project to monitor the level of progress made by the companies handling the job. Calvin Sanwa reports.
Calabar-Itu Federal Highway, the major road linking Cross River State to Akwa Ibom, Abia, and other states in the south and southeastern part of the country, has remained a nightmare for travelers who often spend days on a journey of few hours due to its deplorable state. For many years, the road has been a major concern for motorists and natives of the states where the road traverses, but thanks to the federal government under the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari, who is redeeming a promise made. It is not surprising, therefore, to literally see joy on the faces of the people to find contractors at site delivering the dividends of good governance to the people who have wept for a long time.
I've been hearing of this dualization for a very long time ago, and it has not come. And I'm very happy that our senator is here. He will be able to tell us exactly what will be his own true word today.
To provide temporary relief and ensure ease of movement for motorists and commuters during the UTI, men of the Federal Road Maintenance Agency FAMA have also been doing the needful, especially at very bad portions like the power plant along Ikotin Yong in Udupani local government area of Cross River State. Senior Special Assistant to the President on Niger Delta Affairs, Senator Itaina, who inspected the road from Akwa Ibom State Point to that of Cross River State to ascertain the state of the road under construction, assures of the dualization of the road, which includes 4 bridges awarded at about 185 billion naira, expected to be completed within 2 years.
Let me commend Sematech Engineering for the responsibility they have shown in making every area that they are working to be motorable. You could see that traffic is flowing. Traffic is flowing. And at no point have we found on this stage, on this side that they are working, any area of blockade.
All of these things you have seen, I could say that we have effectively done in 1 month period. Everything you have seen here. We have, like I said, 4 different teams, and as you are seeing, you have seen people working at different sections. 4 different teams working on road alone, and we have 2 teams that are coming in January to concentrate on the bridge works only.
The Calabar to Federal Highway has been at the knees for a long time due to its deplorable condition until the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari marked it for expansion, which is ongoing. In Uyo, Kevin Samuel, NTA News.
Many communities in Calabar threatened by gully erosion have continued to send a save our soul message to relevant government agencies for intervention, at least before the commencement of next rainy season. The Eyoita community and the Esugo 2 community, all in Calabar municipality, are some of the worst hit communities with gully erosion ravaging the areas. In this situation, that is being viewed as a matter of urgency is not checked, may wipe away a greater portion of the community, while the residents will be rendered homeless and hopeless. Correspondent Morilio Ajam reports.
Many communities in Calabar have continued to groan as gully erosion ravages their residents. Gully erosion at Eyo Ita community in Ikot Ansa, Calabar is so disturbing that the residents no longer sleep with their 2 eyes closed.
The situation here is, I don't even know what to say. I'm just begging the government to help me because I cannot sleep with my eyes closed anytime that I hear rain falling. It's only this time that we have this dry season that I just breathe. But whenever rain falls, I don't sleep with my eyes.
This environment when we are here is so bad with the children. You know, there is a school. During the rainy season, children cannot pass.
According to the residents, the path was a major road linking the area to other parts of the community. Erosion started gradually and now has taken chunk of their land, including some residential houses. Due to the impact of the expanding erosion, the community undertook some intervention measures. But the pressure of the water running through the erosion site will always lead to a failed attempt.
Like New Map, they have come here before, they surveyed this place, they told us that they have made the design, and they gave us all assurance. But certainly they came and said they have a serious challenge where they are facing more challenges than us, and they left.
This started in 2000, and look at what has happened to us in less than 11 years. Government should channel revenue. If you live here and go across Parliamentary Station, now behind you the king, you see another ravine there. It has started developing now. The government should please channel the ecological fund that is released to states and federal into these roads, into these ravines, and try to help us. Now, if this is done, another one in Esogotu, like you've mentioned, the one I've told you is across behind you the king here, that's already developing. If those things are done, the roads are constructed, what we need here, fill this place for us, do the gutter for us. It will help us.
There was a time we taxed ourselves 60,000 naira each. We filled this with a lot of laterite and made it up with concrete. But only the first rain, the whole effort was washed away.
Efforts to reach the Nigeria Erosion and Watershed Management Project New Map, who is saddled with this responsibility, have always been unsuccessful. The people are, however, hopeful that the federal and state ministries of environment, whom they have made efforts to reach, will consider addressing the situation at least before the commencement of the next rainy season. In Calabar, Maureen Leo Ajom, NTA News.
As the year 2021 gradually winds down, Nigerians says they are hopeful that 2022 will bring good fortunes for the state and the country, while also calling for prayers for the nation to achieve greater heights. Maureen Leo Ajam has the details.
COVID-19, no doubt, has a huge impact on the economy of Nigeria, with Cross River State not exempted, but observers say palliative measures taken and provided to the people would have relatively cushioned the impact and make life meaningful to the citizenry.
Nigeria should come first. No single Nigeria is more Nigeria than any other Nigeria. We must fight sincerity of purpose. And I know very well that greatness has nothing to do with age, size, or height, but it has a lot to do with attitude. We must redefine our attitude. Let Nigeria speak first before us.
Respondents rather bemoan the attitude of executors of government policies, whom they noted manage the available funds and palliatives for selfish purposes. The respondents also bear their minds about happenings in the state within the year 2021.
Some of us had thought that 2022 will be actually the year that political activities will kick off. But it had to start very early. All of us need to pray to God that whoever will succeed him will be able to put the state back on track.
Environmentally, if you just take a drive around town, Calabar was once the cleanest city in Nigeria. Today, why are we? Because the same agencies that do now used to work, are they not alive?
However, respondents are hopeful that the year 2022 will be a better year. In Calabar, Maureen Leo Ajom, NTA News.
You're watching news reaching you from the studio of NTA Calabar. You can also watch these newscasts from our YouTube channel at YouTube/NTA Calabar. More news when we return. Don't go away. Welcome back to the rest of the bulletin. The Nigerian Center for Disease Control has recorded 599 new cases of COVID-19 from 15 states in the country as at 28 December 2021. According to the statistics, Delta topped the chart with 194 cases, followed by Edo with 94, FCT 80, Kaduna 48, Lagos 35, Ondo 23, and Kano with 21 cases. Other states affected are Rivers and Kwara 20 cases, Ogun 18, Plateau 12, Abia and Cross River 8 cases each, Ekiti 6, while Bauchi has 3 cases. Till date, the total confirmed cases of the pandemic stands at 239,019 cases, in which 213,180 persons were treated and discharged, while 3,027 died of the virus. Away from COVID-19, rice is a staple served in the homes of most Nigerians' families. And despite the ban on importation by federal governments, The demand for these food items seems to be more than the supply by local farmers, leading to high price of rice in the markets. To solve this problem, correspondent Paul Abel spoke with some rice value chain players on cultivation and production of rice to increase the availability and boost the earning power of those involved in the production and processes of the commodity.
Rice production at the grassroots is mostly by traditional methods, and these may not be unconnected with the limited output by local farmers to the Nigerian market, making the commodity expensive. For the rice producers and other key players in the value chain to have higher revenue for their labor, stakeholders advocate a paradigm shift from traditional methods of production to a mechanized system.
If we're talking about self-sufficiency in food production in our country, Nigeria, then one very important aspect that we must do, the government must do, is to encourage the local farmers to produce rice locally, and then to also encourage them by subsidizing the costs of production and also to provide the necessary facilities.
It is time we need machineries so that we can go out from 10 hectares to 100 hectares, from 100 hectares to 1,000 hectares that you can use a helicopter to supervise. We need planter, we need harvester, we need transplanting machine. These are the things that will make agriculture. Even a medical doctor will be in love to be a rice farmer.
It's a time to reassure rice farmers that come out, farm, you are going to benefit, and the government is there to equally help out. And there is this legal framework that will ever ensure that everybody is covered.
We appreciate the good handwork of President Muhammadu Buhari. He has helped us in so many ways, especially in the agri sector. But I believe so far, some of our, the people standing between the farmers and the central bank, they have not really done the necessary thing to ensure that farmers are adequately empowered.
They also suggest on how to make the commodity available and at affordable rate for the local market.
People must learn not to surrender farming, especially in rice value chain. Today, older women and men, we want to embrace youths to come into agriculture. We want to embrace young and old to come into agriculture. This agriculture is going to a higher height.
Farmers keep themselves into clusters, complain through their medium, and get what they really want. If they produce, the government should be able to buy back from them. When the government buy back from them at a very, very good rate, where the farmers will have some good things to themselves, then the government, at the end of the day, give it out at a subsidized rate to the entire populace of Nigeria. That will help to improving the life. That will help to improving the life of the farmers. That will also help to crash down the price rates of rice production in Nigeria.
When people know more about this commodity and how it is done, then we can queue in and make a lot of it for the general public.
It takes about 450 to 500,000 naira to clear a single hectare of land. But if the government can help us to clear the lands for us, we will do the magic of producing rice cheaply, efficiently, and effectively at about 5 tons per hectare, because this is the South. We have the manpower, we have the lands, and we also have the passion to make it happen.
These concerned Nigerians are optimistic that things will get better with proper implementation and patience by Nigerians. In Calabar, Paul Abel, Nta News.
On a very sad note, Cross River State Governor Benayade has described as shocking and devastating news of the death of Lady Abiola Wayas in a London hospital, United Kingdom, barely a month after her husband, former Senate President Dr. Joseph Wayas, passed away. Lamenting the death, in a statement by his Deputy Chief Press Secretary, Mr. Linus Ubogo, Governor Ayade notes that it is a blow too heavy to take, especially when struggling to come to terms with the painful death of the late former Senate President, Dr. Joseph Wayas. Governor Ayade, who said the exit of Lady Abiola Wayas was depressing and a great loss for both her family and the state, maintained that it is an unacceptable moment to hear of her departure. Ayade extolled Lady Abiola Wayas as one of the most cheerful, clever and charming women. He also extended his condolences and those of the state to her family, saying that it is really a great loss for everyone. According to the governor, Lady Abiola Wayas is telling virtues of selflessness, devotion to her family and community, as well as her perseverance, determination and burning desire to provide mentorship to all women were hallmarks of her exemplary life, noting that these qualities will be remembered forever. While praying for the soul of the wife of the late Senate President to find a resting place in the bosom of the Lord, Governor Ayade called on the country to join in mourning Lady Abiola Wayas, even as the call on the family to be consoled by the noble deeds of their mother. Still on death, the God who waits from creation has been waiting, hastening up. Open your hearts and receive Him through repentance. The charge came from the officiating minister of the True Gospel Church of God, Reverend Daniel Essien, during the funeral service held in honor of late Deaconess Princess Atamokon Ndem at her compound at Nta Street, Calabar South. Benny Achibon reports.
The remains of late Deaconess Atamokondem was laid to rest in her hometown, Calabar South, Calabar. The officiating minister urged the congregation to practicalize Christianity within the short span of man's existence.
Have you done anything wrong? Have you ever perceived that you've done something wrong? Were you sorry about it, or are you sorry about it right now? There's a God that is waiting for you.
In her biography, Princess Atamokondem, fondly called Maipa, was described as a jewel to behold, a woman of great valor with a tremendous virtue, a devoted Christian who was also a silent philanthropist who impacted lives of so many positively.
I thank God for today. God has made it possible for us. There is no rain. Food are here. Drinks, food, all what you talk of, they are here. So I so much give God the glory.
Nothing like stepmother. Your mother is a mother. A mother who carry you in the womb for 9 months. Nobody can replace that. She took care of us single-handedly when our father died. My father died when I was just 2 years. Ma made me to be who I am today. Ma gave me a job, gave me education, gave me everything I needed.
To take heart, they should take heart. For it's our part, it's a route that all of us have to pass. For death is such an inevitable end. All of us have to die one day. Just like all of us were born, one day we must surely die.
Top government functionaries, associates, and prominent personalities, including the General Manager, NTA 9 Calabar, Sam Olalode, and the entire NTA Calabar family, pay tribute to the deceased.
I want to thank God for her, thank God for all the children, and we pray, may her get to soul rest in perfect peace. And for those of us he left behind, we pray God to sustain us, give us the grace to bear this painful loss.
One of us has been able to bury her mother successfully. It is just very right for a child to bury the parents. And that's why we have come to rally around her to condole and celebrate. The woman, by the grace...
It is only those that has found favor in the sight of God that can testify for long life in their family. So I thank God that He showed His children the good parts of life.
The remains of the deceased were interred to Mother Earth for eternal rest. She is survived by 6 children, grandchildren, and a host of relatives to mourn her demise. Arundem of the News and Current Affairs Department of Nta Calabar is the daughter of the deceased. In Calabar, Benia Chibon, NTA News.
And finally, a recap of the top stories. The Cross River State House of Assembly has passed the 2022 appropriation bill into law. Commuters and motorists plying Calabar Itu Federal Road has been assured of speedy completion of the dual carriageway. Rice value chain players have sued government supports to boost rice cultivation and production. You also heard in the news that erosion-threatened community has sent a Save Our Soldier message to the relevant government authorities. That's it tonight. Stay safe. Good night.